Flying with Zepbound pens, what you need to know. If you're traveling with Zepbound, you might be wondering whether you can take it on a plane and how to keep it safe during your trip. Let me walk you through what you need to know. The good news is that flying with Zepbound is generally permitted by TSA when properly screened. You just need to understand a few key points about security, storage, and documentation to make sure your medication stays effective and you get through the airport smoothly. And let's start with TSA guidelines. The Transportation Security Administration generally allows you to carry Zepbound injection pens in both carry-on and checked bags. But here's the important part. It's best to keep Zepbound in your carry-on whenever possible. This helps you maintain the right temperature and prevents your medication from getting lost or damaged in checked luggage. Zepbound is considered a medically necessary medication, which means it's exempt from the standard liquid restrictions. You know that rule about liquids being under 3.4 ounces? That doesn't apply to your medication. You can bring the amount you reasonably need for your trip. When you go through security, inform the TSA officer about your medication and any cooling packs, and present them separately for inspection. They'll typically do a visual inspection or some additional screening. You don't need to put your Zepbound pens in that quart-sized bag with your toiletries. And if you're using gel packs or ice packs to keep your medication cool, those are allowed too, even if they're partially melted, as long as you declare them as medically necessary. Keep in mind that policies can change, so verify current TSA guidance and your airline's rules before you fly. Now let's talk about storage, because this is critical. Zepbound needs to be refrigerated at 36 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit when you're storing it long term. But here's what makes travel manageable. Zepbound can be kept at room temperature up to 86 degrees for up to 21 days. That gives you some flexibility during your trip. What you absolutely cannot do is freeze Zepbound or expose it to extreme temperatures. Never put it in checked baggage where temperatures can drop below freezing in the cargo hold, and never let it get too hot. For flights, use an insulated medication case with gel packs. Position the gel packs around the perimeter of the case, not in direct contact with your pens. Direct contact could freeze the medication, which would ruin it. The goal is to maintain a stable, cool temperature without going too cold. Documentation is your next consideration. For domestic flights within the US, keeping your Zepbound in its original packaging with the prescription label visible isn't technically required by TSA, but it makes the screening process easier and provides important safety information. If you're traveling internationally, you'll need more documentation. Get a letter from your physician that explains your medical need for Zepbound. This letter should include your name, the medication name, and that it's prescribed for your treatment. Research your destination country's requirements well in advance. Some countries have specific rules about importing prescription medications or require advance notification. What's allowed in the US might not be allowed everywhere. When you're packing, think about accessibility. Keep your medication case in an easy-to-reach spot in your carry-on so you can quickly remove it at security. Bring more supplies than you think you'll need in case of travel delays. If your trip is longer than 21 days, or if you won't have access to refrigeration, talk to your doctor before you travel about how to manage your medication schedule. Let's talk about safety and when to seek help. Inspect your Zepbound pens before and after your flight. If the medication has been frozen, discard it immediately and contact your healthcare provider or pharmacist. Also, discard it if it looks discolored, cloudy, or has particles floating in it. Temperature damage makes tirzepatide therapeutically ineffective, which means it won't work properly. If you're unsure whether your medication is still safe to use after travel, contact your healthcare provider or pharmacist before taking your next dose. If you experience any unusual symptoms after using Zepbound that's been exposed to temperature extremes, reach out to your doctor right away. Here's what to remember. Zepbound can generally fly with you in your carry-on when properly screened at security. Use an insulated case with gel packs to maintain temperature, but avoid direct contact that could freeze your medication. And keep documentation handy, especially for international travel. Every person's medical situation is different, so talk to your healthcare provider about your specific travel plans. They can give you personalized advice based on your treatment schedule and destination. Have you traveled with Zepbound or other injectable medications? Drop a comment below with your experience or questions. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical health information.